Your person?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, we are?
Hey guys, it's me and Shelton.
What's up?
So we decided to come up with a weekly theme, and we want to do something that's going to motivate others and something that we're both good at. So we decided to do makeup meets motivation. Yes, see him in the background? We decided to do makeup meets motivation. And so basically, he's going to motivate, we're going to motivate you guys, but at the same time, we're just also going to be doing makeup because you guys have been asking me to do my makeup. You guys know I'm very transparent. I really don't care how people see me. This is V, natural as it comes.
Me? All natural.
Oh gosh. Anyways, so basically, you guys know that I live with an autoimmune disorder called lupus. And basically, it attacks your body. So with me, it attacks my kidneys, it attacks my joints, and it's very hard to live with. I haven't told anybody yet on social media, but I was hospitalized a couple months back and almost lost my life. Thank God I have a great support system. I, didn't know how bad I was until I was admitted to the hospital. I had a couple seizures. I went through a lot. And even though I go through all of these, autoimmune issues, I still give praise and I try to keep positive and just keep my mind right. So at the end of the day, I have the greatest support system.
That's what I'm talking about.
I have two amazing kids, and I'm blessed to be alive today. So, like I said, we are going to be doing makeup today. Hey, Carter. Hey, Charity. Hey, everybody. I'm going to be doing makeup. He's going to be talking and chit-chatting. He said you, Sheldon. But, so I'm going to get started. Basically, I'm going to start on my brows. You guys see my pictures.
So
trust the process.
I could chime in, right?
Hopefully, you guys can hear him.
So for me, she just mentioned something about autoimmune, and it doesn't have to be for the guys and even for females, because there's people out there that their man might have an autoimmune. Because don't get it twisted.
It's not common for men to have autoimmune, but there are some men that battle it.
Right, because some people might think that it's only women that have certain things, and that's not the case. But everybody needs a strong support system. And it doesn't have to be, it's not just autoimmune. It could be cancer. It could be somebody just going through a case of depression, addiction that they're trying to break, and they just need a strong support system. So don't feel like you can't be a miracle to somebody else, because you can. A lot of people, they go around and they say, man, I want something good happen in my life. But while you're waiting for something good to happen in your life, why don't you do something good for somebody else and be a miracle to somebody else at the same time? So living with autoimmune, guys, is not easy.
Not at all. There's many days that I wake up, I'm either not able to walk, move around. I'm a lot better now that I've moved to Georgia. A lot of you guys know that I moved to Georgia. I left Florida because it was really bad. Literally, you guys know I used to sell cars. And so there were days where I could not get up and I could not walk, and I would have to call in and say, hey, thank God my dad was my boss, but I would have to call in and say, hey, I can't make it today. I literally can't walk. My joints hurt, or, I have to go to the hospital or doctor's office. So it was hard. It was very hard. But even though I have lupus, I don't look like I have lupus because I put myself together. I'm not saying that because you're dealing with something. I just personally, it cheers me up. It makes me feel good about myself. And so,
plus she have a husband, so she have to still look good.
That too. Hi, Tikati.
So, it's like when people are going through stuff, they feel like, man, you know what? They still can't put themselves together. And my wife does, and she don't only do it for herself, but she do it because she's trying to be strong, not only for me, strong for her kids, but she inspire other people, not knowing she inspire other people. And when she get those text messages, when she get those calls, and say, man, thank you for being the rock, because I'm going through something, and you show me that I can do it as well. It's really uplifting.
Even today, I got a call from my aunt telling me how I've been a motivation for her, and because I'm so positive. And at the end of the day, what is the point of being negative and being grouchy? I can't stand that. You know what I mean? Like, I woke up, so I have another chance at life. So let's see, who's that? Trey, love the way that you share. That's really amazing. Aw, thank you. But literally, I have another chance at life, and I just want to be positive. I just want to help somebody else. People don't know. Like, sometimes I go on YouTube, and there's days that I'm in that bed and I don't know, and I look at people who have lupus and see what's going on with them. And there was one girl, she just inspired the heck out of me, man. She made me get up that morning. I was like, you know what? Why am I in this bed? I don't care how sick I am. I'm about to get up and keep it moving. So, hey, Kevel.
So for some people, and while y'all listening, y'all could chime in, ask questions, because she deals with a lot, right? But I deal with a lot. So I'm going to be real with y'all. I'm trying to work at the same time, but I'm going to be real with y'all. There's days that I want to drop on my knees and cry and ask God, why? Why do I have to go through this? Why do my wife have to go through this? And the thing is, it's life. We're going to go through testing times, trying times, whatever it is. We're going to experience something horrible. It might not be in our life, but in somebody else's life that you truly love. And you're going to say, why has it happened to the people that I love? And it's life, right? But if you never experienced it before, and for some people, they have a strong support system. See, my wife has a strong support system. She has a husband, she have kids, she have family, she have friends. But there's people out there, people that probably watch this afterwards and say, man, I wish I have that. And you can have it. You could reach out to groups. You could chime in. You could ask us what are some things that we do. Because some people look at my wife and be like, man, my wife looks fine. She's great. But there's times when y'all looking at her, she's smiling, and she's feeling a whole lot of pain.
That's one thing. Even though I'm in pain and I deal with a lot, I still smile. I just don't let people know that I'm hurting most of the time.
And for myself too, because for me, I coach people, but sometimes a coach needs a coach. Sometimes I have to call people and say, man, I need to have lunch, because I'm going through something tough right now, and I don't know how I can cope with it. Now, my wife mentioned that she was hospitalized 3 months ago, literally 3 months ago. If you guys...
I got out the hospital 3 months ago. I was in the hospital for about 2 weeks.
And the crazy thing is, guys, I'm a very private person, but I was thinking that I had to bury my wife. I was thinking that I was going to be a single father. I was thinking that, man, how am I going to raise 2 boys, a 7-year-old,
and a newborn,
and a 10-month, and he was what?
7
months. He was 6 months at the time. How am I going to raise these 2 boys? How is he going to feel that his mom... It's some crazy things that I was experiencing myself. And, you have to be positive. No matter what, you have to be positive. You have to put yourself around positive people. You can't just, be isolated and be by yourself, because it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Sometimes you need to, you just need to call somebody and tell them what you're going through. And that person might be a blessing to you. And, if you're talking to them and they're no help, then you just need to hang up and, try
just surround yourself with positive people. You really don't need to have negative people in your life. This is 2018, like, for real. I'm all about hanging with positive people. Like, I've cut out all the negativity out of my life. I'm just hanging with people that I guess you could say is on my wavelength, you know, that don't want the drama, don't want to deal with it. I don't have time for it. You know what I mean? I'm dealing with my own issues. I have my family. I have kids.
And I had a support group that, I mean, I send out people asking people for prayers, like prayers, guys, pray.
You guys
pray,
know we're
pray,
very spiritual. And that's why originally I came up with my, you know, t-shirt line, because I left my job selling cars, and I was doing that for 4 years. And the doctor told me, can you sell cars at night? And I'm like, no. He's like, well, you need to leave this industry because it's killing you, because the sun was attacking my joints and it was just making me very sick. And I said, you know, I got a vision from God, and I just followed it, and thank God I did, because it's been nothing but a blessing. So I'm doing my eyebrows now, as you guys can see. It takes a while. I probably should have did this off camera, like my husband said.
I did tell her.
He did tell me, but whatever. I know a lot of people, females, I'm sorry, it's not for you guys, but a lot of females want to know how I do my brows and what I use. So basically, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Actually, no, not today. I'm actually using my MAC Dip Down pomade. So that's what I'm using today. And then I have my concealer, which I'm just cleaning it up with at the moment. So I'm just making my brows look good. Just because you don't have no brows doesn't mean you got to walk around like you ain't got no brows. I used to have brows. And then I went and got my eyebrows done, and they took it all off, and it's been a wrap since. But who cares? You could draw it on. Hey guys, in the barber chair, please keep me posted so I can watch later. Yes, you told me to start making, see my stuff. My page is private. I might just open it up. We'll see. Just so I can share my videos and share my posts. So, like I said, today's all about makeup meets motivation. So, hopefully this will inspire somebody to either get their makeup right or get their life tight. One or the other.
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
All right. I'm not really a perfectionist. And FYI, I am not a professional makeup artist. This is just something I like to do, and I enjoy doing it. So it is what it is. Right, babe?
And she's good at it.
I just do what I like. So anyway, so in here, I'm basically about to get ready to start putting on some eye makeup. So I'm just taking the concealer. You can use whatever you have. I'm all about using what you have. You don't got to go out there and use expensive products. I do believe in brushes. I feel like, brushes make a difference. But this is just an e.l.f. concealer brush. I mean, $3. Go to Walmart. So I'm just packing that on here. So this, I'm just making it so in case you have any blemishes or anything, you just cover that up in here. And I'm going to use my Laura Mercier powder just to set my eyes before we put on the eye makeup. I'm going to try to keep it really simple today. People say, oh my God, it takes you so long to do your makeup. It does, but I enjoy doing it. So, and if I'm not on video, I can do this pretty fast. But just because I'm on the video and I'm talking and we just chit-chatting today. So if I have somewhere special to go, oh, you better believe I'll be taking my time, and it will take me about an hour and a half to do my makeup. I know it sounds long, but it is what it is. See my husband? He's back there. He's working. He's always working. But he does have time for his family, I can say. So what else do you want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? This is what I want from you guys. I want you guys to write some comments, even if it's on the replay, because a lot of you guys are at work. So I know you're not going to be watching at the moment. But just tell me some stuff that you guys want us to talk about in your life, If it's credit, if it's relationship, if it's, just anything. Business, because you guys know that we own a few businesses as well. So whatever you want to talk about, let's chit chat. Let's see. Cancer does that to take away your eyebrows. Some of mine's never grew back. Yeah. See, and so you guys knew I was natural, big hair, and everybody's like, "Whoa, why'd you cut your hair?" Okay, let's really get into why I cut my hair. My hair was falling out by the chunks. I mean, literally chunks of hair. And one night, all the front of my hair just started to go. And I said, okay, enough is enough. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was working, and I said, I stopped. I was actually sitting right here, and I told my husband, you know what? I need you to cut my hair. He thought I was like crazy. He's like, cut your hair. He's like, no, I'm not cutting your hair. I said, if you don't cut it, I'm going to shave it off. So somebody better cut this hair off.
So you know I had to do it.
So he had to do it. So
but
he
I would have heard the next day saying, "Oh, I can't believe you let me cut my hair by myself and all this stuff." So, why not be part of the experience, guys?
Exactly. So he did what I told him to do, and he cut the hair. He shaved it off. Actually, he made me bald. I had no hair on my head, and it was a big change because I always had hair, but because of the lupus, the autoimmune disorder I was telling you guys about, I lost it. I started losing it. So no better way than to just cut it off and start over. And to be honest, I'm actually really liking the short look. And plus there's no maintenance. So I had my friend Ruth, which she's probably going to see this later on, color it for me. Hey, I cut mine off last night, straight shaved. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. First of all, I'm seeing everybody cutting their hair off. I mean, it's springtime, it's hot, it's like the new trend. Girls that I used to follow on YouTube who had big, natural hair, they're even cutting their hair off and starting over. I just don't know what it is, but everybody's into that trend. But I didn't purposely want to. I mean, it just started falling off, so I had no choice but to go ahead and just chop it off. And so I did.
So I would recommend, some guys don't take it good the first few days. So if there's a change in their behavior, it could be, but they'll come back around. Just to give y'all a heads up. Sometimes it looks awesome right off the bat, but when you completely bald.
First of all, if you're going to go bald, you're going to put yourself together. I'm sorry, ladies. You're going to have to learn how to put your makeup on point because it makes a difference. If you can't be walking around here with no hair and a plain face, you just can't. So you need to get your life. I'm sorry. You got to put yourself together. Hey, Cavell, you got to put yourself together and just look.
Family.
Oh gosh. Okay, so you guys know my family's from Trinidad, and there are a few of them on the line right now. So that's my husband shouting them out.
Listen, I'm still trying to lose the weight that I gained in Trinidad, just so you know.
My hair was falling out.
But yeah, so when my wife came to me about this, now I know she was losing her hair. So for some people, again, they just want to go with a trend. Some people, they just, you know what? I'm losing my hair and I need to just chop it off. And it was scary at first, especially for knowing my wife. She's always had hair, lots of it. And then 3 o'clock in the morning, she looks at me and say, listen, I need you to cut my hair off. So I'm like, what do you mean cut my hair off? I need you to take your clippers and cut my hair off completely. So I told her no. I'm like, you're crazy. I'm like, nah. I mean, I don't.
And I said, if you don't cut it, I'm going to go and cut it.
I'm not going to have a woman that has less hair than me. I just never thought that I would be with a woman that have less hair than me. So I'm like, hell nah, I'm not doing that. And she was like, well, if you don't do it, I'm going to do it. And I'm like, all right, go ahead. And
I went straight to the bathroom, got those clippers,
and I heard the clippers turn on. So I ran in the bathroom, like, what you doing? And she's like, yo, I'm going to cut my hair off. And I'm like, man, you know what? Being a good husband, part of it is sometimes you're going to have to do things that you don't want to, but you do it to please your wife. And, I went ahead and do it because I know that she was losing her hair. And I know that it's just something that she had to do at the time. Did I like it at first? Absolutely not.
I mean, who did? Let's be real.
Because she was pretty bald.
I was all the way shaved off.
She was pretty bald. She has some nice sized lips, so.
Yo, girls pay for these lips. Let me tell you, growing up, they used to clown on me, right? Talking about, oh, you got these lips and blah, blah, blah. But if you look now, these girls be paying for these lips. Don't play.
So, I mean, her lips showed a little bit more than it used to, so, but I love my wife. I love her lips, so, but it was just a crazy experience, but, you know, look at her now. She don't spend 2 hours doing her hair.
She said that her husband said that she's got to order some wigs. Let me tell you, I got like 3 or 4 of them. This is how I told myself.
Yeah, but I don't even like her with wigs no more.
He doesn't. He likes my hair natural.
Around.
You'll come around. I have to say that. So I was like, you know what? If I want to be natural, I just throw a wig on. If I want to be straight, I throw another wig on. That's just the perks of being a black woman. I mean, we have options. I love it. You can straighten your hair. You can go. I'm just saying. But you did talk about something about lupus. Now, in order for you to really know if you guys have any autoimmune disorder, you have to get tested. You have to go to the doctor and you have to get some blood work done. And I got some blood work done and it told me. I was in denial for a very long time about having lupus. And it was something that when I first got diagnosed, I was kind of ashamed. Not trying to say like, you know, it's not anyone's fault. You know, at the end of the day, I'm the only one in my family that has this, at least that we know. My family's from the islands, so God knows what they had. They just never really got tested, or probably had the resources to know. You know, the doctors it's a different country. The doctors don't know anything about that stuff. And so,
hey, watch yourself, you know.
My husband is from Jamaica, you guys. So anytime I talk about the islands,
if me get sick, me I fly back up here. Me nah got no doctor there.
Anyways, so he's always got something to say. He always got something to say when I start talking about the islands. I'm originally from New York, so he just feels like I know nothing, I guess.
Nah, I'm just saying, like, you know, if you go to any of your doctors, most of her doctors is not even from America.
For real though, most of my doctors are Indian. I don't know, I just gravitate to Indian doctors. We just work very well together. They understand me. I don't know. I'm the type of person, I don't like to take medication for nothing. And for a while, they tried to put me on meds. And I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not taking none of this. So I fought it for a very, very long time, not taking anything. I just ate right and, you know, try to work out. I noticed that if you don't have a lot of weight on you, it makes it easier because, you know, the weight weighs down your joints. And so I just try to, you know, keep working out and keep fit and eat right and just battle it on my own. I mean, they say that there's no cure for lupus yet. So they say that there's no cure, but it's becoming more and more common. And I'm not understanding. I just feel like it's something, I don't know if it's environmental, it's the foods. You guys know how the food system is already. So it is what it is. I'm trying to figure out what to put on these lids right now. I'm just all over the place. Babe, you want to talk so I can focus a little bit?
You know, I'll go out for you, babe.
Come on.
Yeah, it's like
motivate the people, right? Tell them to motivate the people. The food. It's in the food.
I'll say this. Not even 3 months ago, last year when we went on our vegan
tip, we threw everything out the house. We threw all the food, everything.
You know, I watch What the Health, and completely scared me. And I throw out all my meat out my fridge, and we went vegan the next day. Literally the next day, no meat, and we didn't eat meat for 4 months.
Couple of months, yeah.
A few months, and
until I got hospitalized, actually. And they made me eat it.
Hospitalized, and I'm not gonna lie, like in that moment, I felt great not eating meat. I felt great, and now it's like you're back to eating the meat, and I'm like, ugh.
The weight start piling on, and you start feeling.
But you know what, too? Wait, she watching, right? They watching too. You know, I went to Trinidad, and I was like, you know what? But
he didn't want to listen to me. I kept telling him he was eating too much, and they kept feeding him and giving him drinks. Thank you, family. So he gained all the weight. I mean, literally all the weight back. But don't get it twisted. He'll lose it. If you guys look at my husband, every year around the end of the year, he always gains weight, and in the beginning he starts to lose. Around this time he starts to go.
I'm gonna blame it on Trinidad. because every year around December time, for 3 years now, I've been going to Trinidad. Every year I go to Trinidad, I come back 10 to
Hey,
15
Cliff.
pounds heavier. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
But
Where's my brush? This is not the brush that I need.
nah, it's truly, you have to watch what you eat, and I saw that. So right now, I always go through that mode where every year from November to around March, it's like, man, I gain like 10 to 20 pounds, and then afterwards I spend 6 months working to get it back,
Just to go back to Trinidad and gain the weight again.
just to go back to Trinidad, and I'm going to Trinidad in December, and I'm not gaining no more weight. They always say, come on, eat. I'm telling y'all from now, y'all watching, no.
So for the ones that are now on, we're basically bringing makeup meets motivation, and this is our first time doing this. And so today we're just letting people know why we're doing this, and it's basically to inspire others to, to basically get life together, beautify yourself. I like doing makeup, and he likes motivating, so we decided to combine both. And people always think that we're like hilarious when we get together, so there you go. You get makeup meets motivation. And I just want to talk about lupus, because you guys all know, like I said, this is what I deal with. Be complaining about weight. Cliff said you shouldn't be complaining about weight.
Man, you see when the stomach start getting a little bit bigger than you like, for me, I'm like, man, but I shouldn't be complaining about weight. You're right.
He just got to do something about it if he got happy.
Just stop complaining and just do what you need to do. That's it. So I'm doing what I need to do right now. But, at the end of the day, I look at it like, for me, I love this time of the year because it's not cold. It's perfect outside. And
put on your running shoes. We went walking today, actually. I was going to go to the gym, but we said, you know what, let's take the baby. Let's get outside. And we went to the park, the trails, and we worked out. I did my squats because, I lost so much weight, but now I'm starting to gain back some of the weight. I was like a stick figure. Like, this lupus really took me down to the bones, y'all. I mean, I was really sick. I looked sick. It was horrible. I've never been that way. I've never been that skinny. Like I told you guys, I was like an inch away from death. And I'm so grateful to be alive right now.
And that's not no exaggeration.
And that's no exaggeration about being an inch away from death.
It's like she honestly don't know what happened in the hospital, and it's not even a few. It's only 1, 2 people that really knew what happened in the hospital that day. And it's no joke when I said that I was planning. I didn't know if I was gonna have a wife today, so I'm grateful. I'll do anything. I'll go anywhere. If my wife said, listen, I want to go here, I'm going. If she say, I want to do this, we're gonna do it, because life is not promised tomorrow. I almost lost my wife 3 months ago. My wife's face was not how nice.
I didn't look like this.
And plump as it is right now. She was literally skin and bone. So being in the hospital, watching her going through that, watching her actually going through 2 seizures, and not knowing if it was a seizure, not knowing if it was a stroke, not knowing if it was a heart attack, watching my blood coming out her mouth, and then stop moving and thinking, holy crap, my wife is dead. It brings certain feeling and gratitude that she's right in front of me right now. So don't make the mistake of having a loved one healthy, and they say something that might piss you off, or they might have done something that you didn't like, and you take it to a whole nother level, and you just fall out because of it. Life is too short to be getting mad over foolishness. If you have somebody, tell them you love them, tell them you appreciate them, because you never know what can happen. I didn't know if my wife was leaving that hospital or not. And I had to fight with them every single night in that hospital while she was there. I had to fight with
And
myself.
supposedly the night that the craziness went on, I told him not to leave me. I don't really remember any of this. I told him, do not leave me, please. And the last thing I remember was turning my head. I remember talking to my, sorry about that, guys. I got a call. So I remember talking to my son and turning my head, and that was it. I was gone. That's the only thing I remember.
Yeah,
I had to beg him and my dad to tell me what happened to me. They wouldn't tell me until I got better.
And you're right, Cliff. You said, God is good, and there's power in the name of Jesus, and you're absolutely right. I thank everybody that did pray that I sent out that message, because I did send out a message right away after that happened. But the extent of it, a lot of people don't know. Even she just looked at, like, a couple days ago, she looked at a picture. Not even a week ago, she looked at a picture and she was like, oh my God, was this me 3 months ago? Because she didn't know the extent of it. And now she look at herself and she looked completely different from how she looked 3 months ago, guys.
You guys know I love taking pictures and I love doing that. I think I was really quiet during that time period because I just wasn't happy in what I was looking at, and I couldn't understand why I was losing so much weight so fast and what was going on. I really couldn't understand at the moment. Oh, by the way, I feel like I'm not even doing my best work. I'm just kind of just doing my makeup as we talk and chit chat. I'm sorry, guys.
It always come out good.
He say so.
That's the good talk for husbands, take notes.
But
it's just, for me, I don't like when people complain. So when you have people in your life that actually supports you, be grateful for it, because there's people out there that don't have no support system at all, and you have to tell those people, you have to truly call those people and tell you thank you. I have a group of friends that I randomly text probably once a month, or even twice a month, and I tell them that I love them and appreciate them. And for a lot of people, they never hear I love you coming from,
especially if you grew up in a island household.
For me, my story was, my parents never told me they loved me until I was older, until I start looking at them and tell them now. I know my parents love me, but I was never told I love you until I met a friend in high school. And she actually told me that she loved me. That was the first person I looked at, and I'm like, yo, that's weird, right? And coming from the background that you never heard it, you don't know how to react to it. And you have to break cycles. So if you're one of those people that are from the island, that grew up with the island background, and you say, well, it's tough for me to say that, cut the crap, because it's easy to say, but you
gotta change.
You truly have to mean it. You truly have to break that cycle of, you don't want to express yourself, you don't want to look soft, you don't want to cry in front of nobody. Man, you're a man. God give you eyes that water run out of your eye for a reason. You have to show emotion. I don't care who you are. If you have to shed a tear, you shed a tear. You only cry when somebody died? What about tears of joy when your kids graduate from school, when your kids were born? Stuff like that. When you first experience something really joyful, you don't. I just hate when people don't express how they truly feel, or wait till it's too late, and the person didn't get to experience that from you, and then you say, man, I wish I had told them how I truly feel. So for me, growing up, never heard I love you, but I decided that I was gonna break the cycle. Now my mom called me, oh baby, I love you, and oh my
he started that,
my shuggy boogie, and all this stuff. And by me doing that, it's forever going to change the cycle of my generation.
And we tell even though we have boys, we have 2 boys, We tell our boys we love them multiple times out the day. We show them what love should be like. We go out of our way to show them love. Because honestly, when they get older, I want them to be great fathers, great husbands, and that's the goal.
That's exactly one of the things that we have to watch for, because when we do this, it's my sons are watching me, my sons are watching my wife. So when they get older, they're gonna have kids. And one of my things is, my wife posts something about...
You're so right, Cliff. He was just saying, like, when you show your emotions, it's like a ton of bricks coming off. And it's true, Yeah, and even here, Auntie Kathy's talking about, what did she say? When I tell my kids that they want to know what's wrong. Because then, sometimes, listen, when I first went away to college, my mom used to call me all the time, and tell me she loves me and this. And I'm like, why are you calling me every day? And I got to the point where she did it so much, it became, when she didn't call me, I'm like, hey, why you don't call me? What's going on, So develop.
But you want your kids to know that too. Because when our kids get older, they're going to know what love looks like.
And Cliff, you have a daughter. So at the end of the day, I feel like you have to show even more emotion for your daughter. So she has that good foundation. So later on in life, she doesn't need a man to tell her, don't get me wrong, you still in your relationship, you still want your man to tell you love you, whatever. But she don't have to go seeking for that, because she has the love. She know what true love is, because her daddy showed her love. So she's not seeking it outside.
Yeah. So when my sons get older, they know that they're not going to be the person that not show their wife love. Or they know what love...
He said, you don't need no man, she got a daddy. You right.
She's going to...
And I wish all men was like that.
They're going to say, well, you know what? I know what to expect from a woman, because I know how my mom was with my dad.
This is the way.
So... They weren't afraid to show affection. They weren't afraid to show love. They weren't behind closed doors. I saw my mom and dad kiss. They showed love. They always danced. They act crazy,
silly,
and all that stuff.
So that's what we want for our kids. I want my kids to find a person, when they find their wives, to be like, I want the love my mom and my dad had. That's my goal. That's what I want my boys to say. I want that kind of love.
So she had asked a question on our group. I think it was our group that we had, and she said, what's your dream or whatever? And if y'all want to post what y'all dream is while y'all watching, cool. For me though, I said, a lot of people nowadays, we think of, as soon as we hear what your dream is, you think about things,
material things,
accumulating stuff that you can't take with you. You literally can't take a house with you. You can't take money with you. You can't take a car with you.
You ever seen a U-Haul
go
at a funeral home? I definitely haven't.
For me,
so it's about
more of, it's what people are gonna say about me when I'm dead. How much people is gonna show up at my funeral? Do they have positive things to say about me? And the reason why I think like this now is because I just came from Jamaica, and I went to my nephew's funeral. And he was only 27 years old. But to hear everybody that was there talk so much positive stuff about him and not really nothing negative to say, it just looked like, even though he was 27, I felt like he lived a good life. And for me, it's like, what people are going to say about me. Are they going to say, I was all about money, or I was all about, for their best interests? They don't want to see them strive. They don't want to see the best that come out of them. Did I inspire them to change, to be better, to do better, to accomplish things that they always want to do? And for me, I started off a few years ago with just a silly idea of just touching one person. And that one person turned into 1,000. So now it's like, I want to touch, is the goal 1 million, or I want to touch the world? It's whoever I can basically inspire to do better, to become better, so they could be a betterment to the world. So I don't care about accumulating things. All I care about is, changing other people's life,
Yep.
inspiring other people.
And sometimes you inspire people and you just don't know that you've inspired people. Because, not everybody's going to tell you, hey, you've inspired me, But just keep going. Even if people don't tell you that you're inspiring or not. I mean, just keep going. Keep uplifting. Post positive things, Say things to people. Tell them that you love them. And hi, Donovan. How are you? So basically, we're talking about just life. We're basically saying, makeup meets motivation. Again, I'm just letting the viewers that are now coming on. That's what we're talking about today. So as I do my makeup, because I am going to step out today, it's a beautiful day here in Atlanta, and I need some fresh air. So I'm going to be out and about, so I might as well get ready and motivate you guys at the same time. Right, babe?
Completely right.
So what else y'all want to talk about? Come on. Put some stuff down. Like I said, even if you're watching this on the replay, just...
If y'all have any questions as well, it doesn't have... it could be about, business. It could be about real estate. It could be about,
See, a lot of people don't know what we do. Maybe we need to explain what we do. So, how do you expect to ask? I mean, so we... do real estate investing. We do cryptocurrency, like day trading and things of that nature. Okay, whatever. Anyways, so we also have a t-shirt line, which is Spiritual Mike. As you guys see, I post about that all the time as well. And then, my husband just does his George's Movement, which is just to inspire people. So we're all over the board, you know what I mean? Just because you live in this world, you don't have to be tied down to just one thing. If you're good at something, start something up. And to Katsy, you love to cook. I mean, this lady can bake. I never met somebody that can bake like her. You need to open up Kathy's Delights. I'm going to get on everybody on here. Because there's a few people I know on this who's watching now that have a talent and a skill.
It's like ding, 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 ding. Something just went off, Something just went off.
Shoot. Cliff thinking big. That's what I'm talking about. He said, let's talk about apartment buildings. I'm looking for partners. Building. What did I talk about today? I literally was on that walk with my husband and talking about coming up with projects. And at the end of the day, if you guys know some people, collaborate. Work together. Pool your money together and start a project.
So, it's crazy how you bring that up, Cliff, because I am interested in stuff like that.
Just have to make financial sense. The numbers have to make sense at the end of the day.
Right. So everything has to make sense. And, a lot of people go in stuff and not realizing there are complications to it as well. So the numbers more than anything have to make sense. And Port Charlotte right now, Punta Gorda right now is a good spot for investing in real estate, especially with what's coming there in the next 2 to 3 years.
Which he's talking about Sunseekers Resort.
Yeah, properties are going to be going up. There's more people that's going to be wanting to move there. Lots are going to get more expensive. So if you feel like, I need to buy a plot or even apartments and get together with people, then that's perfect. I would actually like to have an apartment or duplex there.
Especially a duplex. We've been talking about that.
Now, I'm all into building a duplex as well, or a quadruplex. Because I was there, and for some people, they just talk, but I have to know that they're doing more than just talking. So when I was there, I didn't stay in, I always want to drive around, no matter what. So I was driving around and I saw buildings. I go into, if somebody's building a house, I don't care who is building it, I'm going to stop.
He does all the time.
I'm going to ask them questions. And I saw an idea that was that I think it was a brilliant idea. What a guy was building a fourplex with each individual have a garage, and I never seen it done that way before, but it absolutely was a good idea, and I would like to implement that in certain places, or even build duplexes. It doesn't have to be fourplex, but it could be quadruplex, but it could be duplexes as well, especially in Port Charlotte, in Punta Gorda area, and it have to be the right areas because it have to be zoned for that.
My son's coming home. Hey, we're on Facebook Live. You want to come say hi? But anyways, go back to what you're saying, babe.
Yeah. So, Cliff, I'm there. Hit me up on it. I'm in for that. If you even see an apartment complex or somewhere that's for sale, just hit me up on it. I might know people that's looking for to buy stuff like that as well. So I'm all in for it.
So guys, this is my firstborn, Armani. Say hi.
I want to show you no teeth.
No.
So go get a snack. Go wash your hands and get a snack. So he knows, like, when he comes home, he's got to, like, go straight to the bathroom, wash his hands, because you cannot be bringing these germs home for mommy, because mommy's immune system is so low. So we got to basically keep me germ-free. No shoes walking around the house, none of that stuff. So I just went to the doctor, and he said I'm recovering pretty good. He's surprised. So it's all about building wealth, y'all. It's all about building wealth. And I just read an article, and it was the Chinese lady who owns the hair salon, and they were just asking, and a lot of you know that I posted that, asking her, you know, like, dang, how do you guys get your money in? What do you do? And they pool their money. In West Indian terms, it's called a susu. So basically they get their money, and everybody has to start a certain kind of business. So, you know, she did the beauty supply store. The next person will do, what did I say it was? A laundromat. The next person, a nail salon. And they pool their money. Everybody gets, every 6 months, there's like, I think $100,000. And that is for you to start your business. And you do have to pay that money back into the pool at the end of the day.
So the next time you go to a Publix Plaza,
look around.
look in the Publix Plaza and notice if you see a Chinese food place,
A nail
dry
salon.
cleaners, a nail salon as well. And most of those places, you're going to see all three. As crazy as it is, I didn't realize until I read that article, until my wife actually showed it to me, that those three things are normally in most public plazas.
Because they know where the traffic is at. You see what I'm saying? They come here and they don't waste time. They work on their dreams. And I just need us black people, and just any culture. You guys know it doesn't matter. My family's very multicultural, so it doesn't matter if you're black, you're white. I just need people to start wanting better for themselves, wanting more. And there are some people out here who don't want to own businesses, which is fine. You know what I mean? But still, just want more for yourself. Don't go and sit in front of a TV every day.
Cliff say, let's do a huge susu. Like, yeah. Like, a lot of people...
My dad we was just talking about that because the lady, that's what I'm saying. He's like, this lady's a nurse. She don't even make that much money, but her susu hand's strong, he said. You know what I mean? And that's how you build wealth. That's one of the ways.
That's one of the ways. You know, back in the days...
How you think my parents built their first home
back
together?
in the days, people used to buy stuff. They didn't buy what they couldn't afford because there was no credit. So what they used to do, they did susu.
Yep.
You know, they
Save their money.
They save their money. It's harder for you to put money away once a week. So what? You throw it in a susu. For some people who don't know what susu is,
discipline.
It's basically you coming up with a group of people and say, you have 10 people in a group. Each person put $1,000, say $100 a week, right? So every week somebody gets $1,000, and that $1,000 is rotated every single week. So you might get it this week, the next person get it the other week, the other person, and then week 10 come around, week 11 come around, and then you get your $1,000 again. And it's a perfect way for people to save money. But the thing is, we kind of shift away from that.
Society,
now,
the credit card companies
not we, but
Americans.
The whole entire society, the whole thing, we just shift from that. Yo, we have a credit card in our pocket, so let's go ahead and swipe the credit card. And I always say this, if you swipe a credit card on something you cannot afford to pay for, you're going to pay a lot more for it. So if something costs you $1,000, that might cost you $1,200, $1,300, even twice as much, because you're paying interest, and you end up paying it for so long of a time that you end up paying a lot more for it. Mm-hmm. So back in the days, people used to do susu. They see a furniture they want to buy. All right, that furniture is $800. All right, cool. I know I'm going to have that furniture in the next month, because susu coming around 3 weeks from now, I'm getting my susu and it's $1,000. Let me go ahead and put my a layaway on it, and I'll put a deposit down for 10%. And that's how people used to buy their stuff. Even layaway, you don't even see layaway
because it's not
anymore.
Beneficial for the businesses to do that anymore. They might as well do it on credit, because they know people are not going to pay it, and they're going to get hit with the interest charges. So it's more beneficial for them to do it that way than to do layaway. We've gotten away from that.
So who's making the money now?
The banks.
Yeah, I mean, is the banks, the credit card companies, because now we're in a society where we have to have it right now. And a lot of times we have to have that discipline to say, yo, no.
Let me tell y'all right now, my husband keeps me in check. Because he's when I want something. Don't get me wrong. But he's always like, do you really need that? It makes you really think. And you need that support system. You need to be, first of all, in a marriage, in a relationship, you need to be on the same page. And I say that you need to have somebody to keep you grounded and let you know, like, it's not that necessary. You do not need to spend $200-$300 in makeup. Or you don't need to, go out here and buy yourself a brand new car. You know what I mean? Who cares what people think, y'all? I'm all about creating generational wealth right now. I see my boy here and my other one in the room. It's about them. And to be honest, it's not even about them. It's about my grandkids. So if you start now and you start developing, he'll be okay, because he's watching mommy and daddy do what they need to do. And we're setting him up. But it's the grandkids. We should be setting things up for the next the following generation or whatever. Do you agree?
100%. Because Armani knows that, right?
Wait, what?
So you have to save, teach your kids, first of all, they don't teach kids in school about finances. They didn't teach us about that either. Thank God I had a dad that was all about, he was in the right industry to learn about credit, because his parents didn't know nothing about credit. And, the older generations, especially coming from the islands, you don't really know anything about that stuff. So thank God, I had a dad that taught me about what credit is like and how credit should be. And I'm telling y'all right now, my credit is strong like bull. Like, I don't even play. So I want to teach my kids to get good credit and to, let me tell you, when you have good credit, you could do anything. I tell you that. You could do anything. You could buy whatever you want. You get the best rates. And sorry guys, I'm doing my makeup and still trying to talk at the same time with y'all. But yeah, go ahead, baby. Talk while I get this together.
I like watching you get yourself together.
Oh, do you? My husband's so sweet. Yeah. I mean, really and truly, he is my rock. When I say that, there's a lot of people that talk about marriages, and I don't sugarcoat. My husband is my rock. He is my everything, and I really don't know where I would be without him. Just having that support system and that love, and we try to.
Mike, can you go get me a tissue, please? I'm about to cry.
Oh, stop your fakeness! Oh God, you're so full of it. Anyways. So we try to date.
I'm playing.
And
I'm
number
playing,
one
I'm
thing
playing,
I
I'm
could tell
playing.
people, especially if you're married or in a relationship, is so it just doesn't get stale or anything. Just date each other, you know. And it gets a little hard sometimes because, you know, you have 2 kids and you have life, but we find time. We find time. I call my friend. I call, you know, my son's godmother's in town. I got other friends, and I ask them, you know, babysit, you know, help me out. I want to get out. I want to go places, and I want to spend time with my man, because that's how you keep a relationship going. You know, I don't come from a great, and it's sad to say, but there's some family members on here, and I could say, but I don't come from a family that, I don't have a good foundation when it comes to that, I should say. And most people in my family have either been divorced. And so my husband, on the other hand, has come from a great family. His parents been together how long? 30-something years?
Before I was born.
30-something
You have to
years.
tell them my age.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. Anyways, I just said how long your parents been together. Come on.
Yeah, but,
So they've been
about
together a long time.
About 35 years.
They've been together 35 years. And it's not easy. His mom tells me that all the time. But you know what? You know, I take the good from people and the bad. And I know what I don't want in a relationship. And I try not to mimic that. And I try my hardest to keep my marriage. It's not easy in a relationship. You're stuck with one person for your lifetime, Lord. But, Lord, a lifetime of him? You should be grateful to have a lifetime of me.
I was just about to say that to you, you know.
It's not easy, but you know what? We do the best. We have fun. We try to enjoy. My thing is, if you're planning and you're shaking and you're moving, you don't got time to be planning no divorce. You know what I mean? We're going, we're traveling. You guys see us. We're always going, so we're doing something together. You're not going to see our kids with us 24/7. I'm going to tell you that straight up, and I'm going to tell you why. Because, and I seen this, and this is why, this is another thing that I learned from my family. When you... That's the code to shut up, Crystal. Shut up, Crystal.
Yeah,
Listen.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't care. When you put everything into your kids, it's good. Your kids should always come first, and you know. But when you put everything into your children, and they go away to college, and they go away, and they get married, that leaves you and your husband alone. Where do you stand at that point? You know what I mean? I want... When my kids go away, I'm pushing y'all out the house. Like, go. Me and Daddy want to have time for ourselves. We want to travel. We want to see the world. We want to, you know, do things. So, I'm all about doing things with my husband so we stay connected as one, you know. So, later on in life, we can, you know, travel and do things and not be sick of each other and not know how to handle each other.
Yo, I can't stand you, you know. Can't stand you.
My husband loves me. I know that. I don't have to question that. Plus, he tells me every day. You don't tell me every day? Yeah, right. But anyway, guys, you know, tell us, if you're enjoying, I know this is a long live because it takes me a while to do my makeup. Just let us know if you're actually enjoying Makeup Meets Motivation, you know. So we got glammed up today just so I could get out the house. And like I said, there's days, this morning I said enough was enough. I went to the park, I worked out. I got, I'm trying to get fit again. I'm trying to get my health on track. My doctor said I'm doing great. And I just want to keep that up. I want to keep the momentum going. And I'm getting beautified because I want to get out tonight. And even though I'm not getting out with just my husband, we're going to go out as a family. But I still want to put myself together. Just because you have lupus you don't have to look like you got it. You know? Who's on here? Hey! For me on a desktop. It's sideways for me on a desktop. Oh, I'm sorry. You know why I did it this way? Because it was just, I don't think I could do it. Can I do it this way? Let's see. Yeah, but it's not staying. I'm sorry. Next week, I'll work on that. It says I can't rotate it right now. So I'll work on that for next week. So like you guys, I just wanted to do something really quick and easy when it came to the makeup. So I just kept it, simple. Nothing too much. I know it takes a while. I know. And I don't really like lipsticks too much. I'm just going to put a quick little gloss on and Amani, can you stop chewing that so hard? Jeez. But anything else you guys want to talk about? Like every week, you're going to try to come up with a new topic and hopefully inspire, like I said, inspire you guys. So I do want to put on some earrings. So like I said, he's always working, guys. Look at him. He's in the back there with his computer.
Stressed, right?
Stressed out. But you know what? We're going to get out. We're going to enjoy ourselves today. Team no stress.
Mommy, I gotta eat in school today.
That's awesome, baby. You're so smart. Give me 1 second.
You
Have a
gotta
sit.
eat?
Have a seat right there. And then we'll talk in 2 minutes. So like I said, let's go over some of the stuff that I used today. I know I didn't really get to talk as much in the video because we were just more motivating. Honey, can you have a seat real quick? So I did my brows with my MAC Dip Down pomade. I used that. And then I also used my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NW45. And I basically just highlighted the eyebrows just to make it nice and neat. And I used a combination of palettes to create this simple look. So I just kept it in the browns in the family. This is one of the palettes that I've used. And, you know, I love my Anastasia Renaissance palette. So I also use that. So I just kept it, you know, soft, sweet. And for the eyelashes, I use Ardell Studio Effects. I use these. Well, there's nothing in here, but I use these just to put on some falsies. And for my foundation, your base is everything. And to be honest, I am in love with Fenty. I'm sorry, I just can't leave it right now. I used to be a MAC Studio Fix girl, and I'm out. I'm all about this Fenty. And my color is 430. That's my color. So I basically applied that with my beauty blender. Make sure your beauty blender is wet, damp, and then go ahead and apply your foundation. If you have any blemishes or anything like that, you can use what is this one called? It's like an orange corrector. You can kind of hide any blemishes that you have. I didn't use that today because I'm not going for the whole glam look, like to cover up all of that. I just wanted to do something quick, at least quick for me. And like I said, I can do my makeup a whole lot faster. We were just chit-chatting, and so it just took me a little bit to put myself together. What other products did we use? So when we did our highlight and our contour, I used Fawn Pro Conceal concealer underneath my eyes, above on my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and my chin, and I blended that out with the bottom of my beauty blender. And to do the I also used the Anastasia contour cream kit. I used that like deep dark color here, and I blended that out. And I also did it on my nose because once you start putting all these products, it kind of washes you out. You look kind of ghosty. So I kind of you know, added some more definition. That's why I do it, to bring the definition. So, and then once you put that on, you also have to, you know, put some powder on there. So I used different things, but I used Blunt by MAC, and I just basically went over where I did the contour spots at, as you guys saw in the video, and just add some blush and some shimmer and some nude lip gloss and just call it a day. So that's what my look was for today. And my husband and I are so grateful for you guys that all came on and listened to my lupus story, give you guys a little bit of background about us. We are very transparent. You guys can ask us any questions you want. Advanced makeup tutorial. Hello. You can ask us whatever questions you want. We're an open book. We don't mind. We're all about seeing people thrive and, you know, just follow your dreams, and that's what it's about, you guys. Life is short. Like I told you, I almost passed away a couple weeks ago, but God had another plan for me, and well, a couple months ago, sorry, and God had another plan for me, and he's not done, and I'm supposed to be here to touch people and to let people know about him. And, you know, and I have that's my testimony, you know what I mean? And I'm just grateful. I have 2 amazing kids, and I know I talk a lot. It's just who I am. at any time you're bored on this live, you can always click off. But, you know, thank you guys for the hearts and the love. But anything you want to say before we wrap up?
Come my wife.
Hey. I know, night and day from what I look like to have myself together. I love you. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try to do some more lives. This is my first time. This is my family. I'm going to try to do some more lives. And if you guys have anything you want us to talk about, we're here. Regardless if it's business, if it's credit, if it's relationships, we'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. So thank you and have a blessed day, guys.